Hello, everyone. Good luck. Welcome to the Georgia Pro Virtual College Fair. We have an awesome list of colleges ready for you this evening. But first, I have a couple of housekeeping items for you all. First of all, this is a webinar, so your camera and your microphone are off. So our panelists cannot see or hear you this evening. There are more sessions tonight, so if you enjoy this format, which is a great way to hear about many different schools in a short amount of time, we encourage you to sign up for more sessions. And this is being recorded, so this session will be available within a week at strivescan.com/probe. We also know that you're going to have some questions this evening. So I would invite you to list any question that you have in the Q&A at the bottom of your screen. Type out your question and then also type the college or university that you are directing your question to. So our panelists have an opportunity to know who they're directing their question back. So first up, we have for you Clayton State University. Here we go, guys.
I was talking and didn't even have my camera on. How are you all doing tonight? My name is Juan Smith and I'm an admissions recruiter here at Clayton State University. I'm gonna just show you some information. I won't be before you long, so let me share my screen. All right. So can you all see that?
We can, yes.
All right. Well, at Clayton State, we are affectionately known as Laker Nation. And so as you can see in the back picture, it's one of our major lakes. And that's why we're called Laker Nation. We have 6 beautiful lakes on campus. So for those who are interested in just, the greenery, scenery, a nice place to just sit and chill, walk around and collect your thoughts, Clayton State is just for you. So welcome to Laker Nation. So what we normally do when we have these presentations, we like to begin with the dream in mind. Our slogan is dreams made real. And so just as you're looking forward to that day when it comes when you're graduating from high school, we want you to actually envision yourself that same celebration occurring when you're graduating from college. Like start with the dream in mind. Where do you see yourself after high school? Can you see yourself completing this major milestone and your family gathering together to celebrate you? And that's where we want to begin. And if you haven't done so already, if you could just share your name, your grade, and like a favorite hobby in the chat. And just a little bit about Clayton State. So we are, for those who don't know where we're located, proximity-wise, we're about 15 minutes south of downtown Atlanta. I'm sure everybody's familiar with downtown Atlanta. We're about 15 minutes south of there and 20 minutes from one of the busiest airport in this country and the largest in this nation. So, and the reason why I put that on here, because when it comes to apprenticeships and internships, practicums, and just opportunities for our students to secure gainful employment and those firsthand experiences, because we're so close to the city of Atlanta, we partner with so many of the major corporations, medical centers, the hospitals, and corporations and businesses in the city of Atlanta. Again, we're well known for our 6 lakes, and we have 2 camp resident pets, Elizabeth Taylor and Donald Duck. And because our campus is so beautiful and just all the scenery, it's been featured in so many major film productions. Captain America Civil War Soldier is one of them, if you've ever seen it, as well as Vampire Diaries. Our dorms and in the lake scenes, our lake and just the area around the buildings around the lake scenes were featured in Vampire Diaries. So we are on the map. If you're looking for us, go to Netflix. So just some points of pride. So we often get questions about what does diversity look like at Clayton State? And so there are over 42 countries represented on Clayton State's campus. And when it comes to biracial and persons of color, that population makes about 82% on campus. As far as like gender, 70% of the population is made up about 70% and 30% men. So I often say, who run the world? Yes, as Beyonce said, girls, because our population is 70% women. And we all, another point of pride that we rave about is our small class sizes. It's 22-1. Some classes are 17-1. It ranges between 17 and 22. But our students and our professors, our instructors rave about the small classroom sizes because it's an opportunity that they're able to build quality relationships with their students as well as their instructors and professors. We've also been voted by James Magazine as the #1 best value public university in Georgia. So you get the best value for your buck, for your money. And we are considered a medium-sized institution. We're just roughly over 5,500 students, just right under 6,000. And so I often say that we're large enough where you get the college feel, but small enough where you don't feel overlooked or outcast or just left behind, that you still feel like you're in college, but you also feel like this is the place where you belong. And for those when we talk about college, and I know finances come up a lot in the discussion about where to go and which place and which institution to consider. So what I wanted to put before you is, I normally play this game with my virtual visits with my high schools, but for the sake of time, the price that's on here that it costs a semester at Clayton State includes tuition, housing, meal plan, books, as well as student activity fees. And that price is A. So it is roughly over $8,000 a semester to attend Clayton State University. So that's good. That is awesome. So we are also ranked as one of the more affordable institutions in the South region. And so what does it take to get into Clayton State? What is our criteria? So right now we have made some changes and some adjustments due to COVID-19. And so we are test optional. And how that works is, if you have a 2.6 or higher, then you are considered a regular admit and you are not required to submit test scores. Now, if you have a 2.4 between a 2.4 and a 2.6, then you would be committed as summer bridge, which means you would have to start school early before you are admitted to fall semester. And anything below that, you would then have to submit test scores. And that's just the test score requirements for those who need to submit test scores. If you can see it. And it's 3 easy steps to apply to Clayton State. You apply online. It's a $40 application fee. And if any of you need assistance with paying the application fee, we do accept fee waivers. So you can submit a fee waiver with the application. And then once you apply, you would then submit your high school transcript. And our deadline every year is July 15th.
That 6 minutes goes by really fast. Thank you so much, Juan. Those of you that are listening, please make sure that you put your questions in the Q&A at the bottom at any time, and you'll have an opportunity to hear back from, to get those questions answered. So next up, you have the opportunity to hear from Johnson & Wales University. Angela, you might be on mute.
Hey, everyone. How's everyone doing? Good evening. My name is Angela Casso, and I'm a regional admissions representative with Johnson & Wales University. I'm also an alum from the College of Business, and I'm going to share a little bit about Johnson & Wales and our 2 campuses with you tonight. So this is our Providence campus. Johnson & Wales is a 4-year private university founded in 1914. We were founded by 2 women, so celebrating International Women's Day yesterday, right? We were founded by 2 women who believed in experiential education. Johnson & Wales has over 12,000 total students enrolled from 78 countries pursuing their undergraduate and graduate degrees. And we are also, in addition to Johnson & Wales Providence, we're also in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the Providence campus here that you see is the largest in size in enrollment. We're comprised of two separate campuses, Down City, which is in the heart of Providence, and the Harborside campus on the beautiful Narragansett Bay. The Charlotte campus is also, oops, there we go. The Charlotte campus is also in the heart of one of the fastest growing business centers in the country. And Charlotte offers a great combination of networking opportunities, urban living, and Southern charm. So what makes Johnson & Wales different? It's really all about the experiential education. We learn by doing, and that starts from day one in our classroom. So you'll get a hands-on real-world experience both in the classroom as well as in internships. So just about every college these days talks about experiential education because it works, and Johnson & Wales has been perfecting this approach for over 100 years. We do blend industry-focused education along with resume building and work experiences, intellectual development, and community and leadership opportunities. Learning labs here in Providence as well as Charlotte are definitely a big part of the curriculum. So whether you're a criminal justice major, an advertising major, or a culinary major, you're going to be learning in our learning labs as well as your academic labs. Faculty to student ratio is 18:1, so we have a very small class size. You'll receive one-on-one attention. No one's a number at the university. Everyone knows you by name. And you'll also be learning from the best. So our faculty provide students with personalized attention, academic expertise, and industry connections. And that really inspires professional success and personal growth. And I do know this firsthand, just to let you know. Our faculty also have impressive industry experience. You know, having done what they're teaching, they become your career mentors. So right from the very beginning, our students get into the major immediately. So you have the chance to take the classes in your major along with your arts and sciences core beginning in your first year. So jumping into your major right away is a huge benefit because it helps you determine whether or not this major is going to be right for you or if you want to change it. So as far as majors are concerned, we have over 50 undergraduate majors to choose from in business, advertising, marketing, finance, entrepreneurship, to communications, health and wellness, biology, engineering, the list goes on. You also enrich your education through our arts and sciences core curriculum as well. So this is for students interested in food or nutrition. Johnson & Wales has always been a global leader in culinary education, and we're taking our role a bit further these days. So the new College of Food Innovation and Technology, or CFIT for short, these students are interested in food science, nutrition, product innovation, and simply culinary arts, or baking pastry arts, if you will. So you'll explore all those culinary or food systems within contexts of political, social, and economic landscapes, and basically analyzing the impact that food has on all of us. And numbers definitely don't lie. We have a 97.7 career outcome rate. That basically means our students are doing exactly what they want to do once they graduate. And I really say that's because of our internships. Internships are a requirement, they're a necessity, and that's what makes our students very successful. Some of our students actually start their internship as early as sophomore year. We have over 1,500 internship sites domestically and around the globe, and 71% of our students receive job offers after their paid internships. We also offer over 150 clubs and organizations, Greek life, athletics. So there's a lot to explore on the campus. We are the Wildcats, just to let you know. We have very competitive sports programs at our university. We are D3. Our residential life is also an option, or no, it's not an option, it's a requirement, I'm sorry, for first year students. So both on Charlotte and Providence campuses, you have a lot of opportunities to choose from for living on campus. Applying to the university is quite straightforward. We have November 1st early action deadline. We also have a March 1st rolling admissions deadline. You can also see our application online at our website, but also the Common App. We just need your official high school transcript. We are always test optional. We have a holistic approach to our application review. We also accept transfer credits. Another big thing is Financial aid, 94% of our students receive financial aid. Merit-based scholarships, if you're in DECA, HOSA, or FBLA, those scholarships count as well. So I would encourage you to visit us. Here is a slide that you can take a picture of real quick to get more information, but I would encourage you to explore from home for our visitation college nights and we actually, for culinary students, we have cook-alongs, and it's so much fun. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Here's my information. Thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it. And go Wildcats.
Thanks so much to Johnson and Wales University, and those listening, don't forget you can put those questions in the Q&A at any time. Next up, you have the opportunity to hear from Arcadia University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Michaela Mitchell. I'm one of the admissions counselors at Arcadia University. I'm just going to share my screen really quickly. So this beautiful picture you see right here is our Great Towers Castle, which is at the heart of Arcadia University. And it is a beautiful sight to see, whether it's summer or winter. So we're going to go ahead and just talk a little bit about Arcadia. So we are a smaller institution with around 2,100 students, and we're right outside of Philadelphia in a town called Glenside. So 5 minutes over the Philadelphia border, about 25 minutes from downtown Philadelphia. And it comes with some amazing perks, just being so close. So you get that suburban college experience with access to the city, and kind of getting the best of both worlds here at Arcadia. Because we're a smaller institution, we're very much so like family friendly atmosphere, very community driven, and our class sizes reflect that as well. With your average class size around 14, those can be a little bit smaller if you're in the art program, or our theater programs and things like that. But generally around 14 students. The largest thing you'll probably see is about 25 to 26 in your freshman seminar or your Bio 101. And we have over 65 fields of study, everything from minors in neuroscience to majors in biology to art and design to you name it, we pretty much have it. And we also have graduate programs linked up with our undergraduate programs. So our 3+2 or 4+2 forensic science undergrad and masters, or our physical therapy program, which is ranked in the top 25 in the nation. So lots of opportunities for you to kind of start your path onto a professional life here with our Arcadia. So we are a Division III school, and we have 26 different teams that you could possibly be on. We have everything from tennis, track and field, ice hockey, basketball, lacrosse, and all these different things. Because we're D3, we still actively recruit for those things. So if you aren't being recruited, but you still want to be involved, we do have opportunities for you to do club sports and things of that nature. We have over 60 clubs and organizations on campus, everything from Por Rima, our Latin dance troupe, to our version of DECA here on campus. Lots of opportunities for you to get involved. And that's the big thing here at Arcadia. Getting involved runs through our veins. So if you're the type of student that loves to be involved and has been involved throughout high school, Arcadia can definitely be a good fit for you. And even though we're far away from you guys, you're guaranteed housing for all 4 years, so you don't have to worry about being kicked off campus or anything like that. We are very, very happy to be a part of the many universities that are top ranked for study abroad. About 76% of our students use that passport before they graduate. And we have internships. We have full spring break excursions, summer things, fall things, anything, you name it. We go to over 37 different countries. So you could be working on a reality TV show as an intern in Australia, or work with Parliament in London if you're a political science major, and all these different opportunities. Or you can just spend a week in Seoul, Korea. Our program is revamping up for the fall, so don't worry. By the time you're ready to come on campus, we'll definitely have opportunities for you to go and travel as well. So just a little bit about the applications, things that you need. We are test optional from now until indefinitely. So you just need one letter of recommendation and your high school transcripts. And then if you decide to apply test optional, you would just have to submit a supplemental piece. So that can be an essay, a short minute video about you, do an interview with one of our students, and a few other things like that. Or you can just submit your SAT or ACT scores. We are a holistic review campus, so we're looking at everything, not just your test scores or not just your letter of recommendation, but everything. There are extra steps for students who are applying to our art and design program, as well as our theater art, our acting and musical theater program as well. And that's all I have for you today, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and you can always learn more about us and come visit at arcadia.edu/visit.
Thank you so much, Arcadia University. Wow, isn't this fun? You've already heard from 3 schools and you still have 3 great ones to go. Next up, I would like to introduce to you Sewanee, the University of the South.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shiro Burnett, and I am an admission counselor here at Sewanee. I'm also a 2018 graduate of the college as well. But just to kind of get you guys situated really quickly to Sewanee, we are a small liberal arts college in southern Middle Tennessee. So we're located about an hour and 20 minutes south of Nashville, and then about 45 minutes-ish to Chattanooga, if you're familiar with those cities. But like I said, we are a smaller institution. We're situated on 13,000 acres. You can kind of start to see a little bit of that land in the start of this video here. But I'm actually going to dedicate a good portion of my time to showing you guys this video. It features one of my colleagues, Taylor Baird, who splits the state with me. And so this way it's a good opportunity for you all as students to see both of your potential admission counselors in such a short amount of time. And it's also a great opportunity to see some of those 13,000 acres that I've mentioned. But so with that, I'll go ahead and start the video, and then I'll also make myself available on the chat as well, should you guys have any questions.
Hi, I'm Taylor Baird. I'm a graduate of Sewanee, and I currently work in the Office of Admission. And I get to tell you a little bit about my home for the past 10 years. You might be thinking, Sewanee, the University of the South. What does that entail? The University of the South is so much more than a campus that we had to create new words for it. It's the mountain. It's our home on the Cumberland Plateau. It's the domain, situated between Nashville and Chattanooga. It's a working farm, a 13,000 acre forest, a natural playground with trails to hike and rocks to climb. But above all, it's a community. That's Sewanee. And it's a place that I hope you'll consider calling home one day too. The domain is where we live, eat, research, recreate, reflect, and compete. I mean, 30% of our students are scholar athletes competing on one of our Division III varsity athletic teams. It's a lot, and we like it that way. Our university motto, Eke Quam Bonum, or EQB, ensures that we push each other and appreciate each other while dwelling together in unity. You'll be sharing Sewanee with about 1,700 other 17 to 22-year-olds and the broader community. So there's rarely a dull moment here. While we're nestled in Tennessee, you're still going to be encouraged and expected to engage with a global community. We want you to address global issues and engage in a way that connects Sewanee with the rest of the world. This is a place where everybody stands up for what they think and for what they believe in. That dialogue across difference and that true discourse is the environment that we strive to cultivate. For example, we have deep roots with the Episcopal Church, but we know that it's important to create a healthy interfaith environment here for students as well. With the combination of intellectual rigor and community, Sewanee will help you figure out who you are. As an institution, we've been exploring who we've been and who we are. We want to model that for students, that you're exploring those questions, and that asking questions and seeking solutions is commonplace. You can do that at Sewanee because your professors are teachers and mentors first and researchers second. We believe in educating the whole person through the liberal arts education. That's what happens when you engage with your professors. You get out into the field and you wrestle with the questions that the world hasn't figured out the answers to yet. It's in that process that you will enhance your studies, hone your skills, and increase your postgraduate prospects. In hoping that you'll engage that way, we've made a commitment to you, the Sewanee Pledge. And the commitment is simple. We pledge to provide funding for a summer internship or research opportunity during your time at Sewanee. We also pledge that you'll be able to make global connections by providing access to a semester-long study abroad program at no additional tuition cost. And finally, we pledge that you'll graduate in 4 consecutive years with at least one major. If you do not, you can study for an additional year at Sewanee and no additional tuition cost. At Sewanee, if you give your best in good faith, we will honor that dedication and effort. You won't even have to compete with graduate students for these opportunities, and in many cases, worry about the funding that make them possible. Sewanee believes in access as much as we do excellence, which is why we're committed to meeting 100% of demonstrated financial need for all admitted first-year students. We also recognize academic achievement, so in addition to need-based aid, we do offer academic scholarships as well. Our goal is to accept the most talented students for whom Sewanee is the best choice, and then to provide the financial aid package that makes it possible for you to enroll here. That's the Sewanee lens. We want to find strong fit students and guide you through the search and application process. Sewanee is a common application school and there's no fee to apply. We also know that test scores aren't always the best indicator of a student's academic success. And that's why at Sewanee we're test optional. That allows you to choose to submit the ACT, SAT, or no scores at all. So if you're ready to take this journey and opt into this experience, I hope you'll choose to apply to Sewanee. I can't wait to see how you'll make this place your home and bring your perspective to our community.
All right, so I hope that gave you guys some insight into what life looks like here on the mountain, but please feel free to put some questions in the chat and I'll work on getting to those. Otherwise, feel free to reach out to our office. You can schedule virtual appointments with either Taylor or myself. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Sewanee. Next up, I have the opportunity to introduce to you Embry-Riddle, Aeronautical University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here and tell you guys a little bit about ERAU, or what we call Riddle for short. The university was founded in 1926 as a flight school in Miami, Florida. And since then, we have grown exponentially. We currently have 3 options for students who are looking to get a high-class Embry-Riddle education. Our Daytona Beach, Florida campus is about 45 minutes to an hour away from Orlando and from the Kennedy Space Center, and we are adjacent to the Daytona Beach International Airport. It is the larger of our 2 residential campuses with about 7,000 students. Some really cool things about the Daytona Beach campus are that our flight line for our students who are studying to be pilots, our aeronautical science program, is actually right on campus. We have a fleet of about 75 aircraft right here. Our students in our astronomy and astrophysics program are a little bit spoiled with the largest research-based telescope in the state of Florida that's on a college campus. And students within our College of Engineering have a lot of opportunities to work with huge companies like SpaceX, Boeing, and right down the road at the Daytona Beach International Speedway. The Daytona Beach campus, it is the larger of the 2 just because it was founded a little bit earlier, but then we have our Prescott, Arizona campus, which was founded in the 1970s. The Prescott campus has about 3,000 students and is situated about 2 hours north of Phoenix, Arizona, and about 20 degrees cooler, and about 4 hours south of the Grand Canyon. Students at Prescott get the first and only College of Security and Intelligence in the nation, with our global security and intelligence studies program, our forensic biology program, and forensic psychology program. Students in Prescott also get one of my most favorite things, which is the planetarium. The Prescott campus is also where the university's Rotary helicopter program is. So students who are wanting to be a helicopter pilot will go to Prescott. And then last up is our worldwide campus. It is our largest campus overall with nearly 20,000 students across the world with almost 135 campuses. Students can be in Asia, students can be right here in Atlanta, Georgia, or on a military base in California studying at the worldwide campus. For the rest of this presentation, I'm going to focus on the residential campuses. Our Daytona Beach campus has an average class size of about 27 students, and our Prescott campus is about 24. So even though the Daytona Beach campus is about double the size of Prescott, we still keep our classes really small. And that's because we are a hands-on university. The classes are mostly project-based. Our flight students in the Aeronautical Science program are actually flying planes. Our drone students in the Unmanned Aircraft program are flying drones. Over in Prescott, the students in the forensics programs are actually on a body farm, and you just can't have big classes and have those experiences. Our placement rate is something that we're very proud of. 94% of our students within 1 year of graduation are working or continuing education in their field. And that distinction is really important because it means that what our students are learning and what you're doing in the classroom is translating into real life jobs. And then last up, clubs and organizations, over 350 clubs and organizations that are academic and fun, from the acapellas and the acafellas to skydiving, because why wouldn't we let you jump out of a plane? A wider worldview is also something that you get here at Embry-Riddle. We are NCAA Division II athletics in Daytona Beach, NAIA Division II in Prescott. In Daytona Beach, we basically have everything but football and wrestling, but we do have wrestling over at Prescott and still no football. Instead of a football team, the university has a professional flight team, very competitive in nature, and we actually are the winningest flight team in all history. Study abroad opportunities are plenty, whether you want to do it for culture or within your degree program. For engineering students, you can do my favorite program, Hola Engineering, where you get to study engineering in Spain. ROTC, we do have every branch of ROTC at the Daytona Beach campus and Army and Air Force at Prescott. And then Greek life, about 13 fraternities and sororities for students who are interested in being a part of Greek life on campus. Here are some of our notable programs: Aeronautical Science, our pilot program, Aerospace Engineering, the #1 in the country, and then Aerospace Physiology there at the bottom is another first and only for the university, and it is a pre-med program at the Daytona Beach campus. Our application process is super simple. You'll submit the application on our website for one campus only. You'll use code DBPC to waive your application fee. And then you'll submit your high school transcripts, which can also be submitted through Georgia Futures. We are a test optional university and have been for over 5 years. So you can choose to submit your test scores if you'd like, but it's a yes or no question on the application. You can also submit 2 letters of recommendation, an essay, and a resume. I love reading them, but there's no pressure to submit them. Thank you for listening. My name is Ludine. I am the Assistant Director of Regional Admissions. I'm actually based here in Atlanta, Georgia. Feel free to contact us in general, but I'll also put my contact information in the chat. Thanks for coming.
Ludine, thanks so much to you and Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Those listening, don't hesitate to put those questions in the chat. You only have a couple more minutes in order to do that. Our final presentation tonight will be from the University of Birmingham.
Great, thank you ever so much, Courtney, and welcome to you all, and thanks for bearing with me after listening to all these presentations. So I'm Ruth, and I'm the International Officer for the Americas here in the UK at the Birmingham University campus. So we're a Russell Group university, and we were founded in 1900, and we're a campus-based university, so around 276 acres of campus, just 3 miles outside the city centre of Birmingham. In the recent, US News and Global Rankings, the university ranked 92 in the best global universities and 10th in the best global universities in the UK, and we're a top 100 university, so we're doing really well within our rankings. We're one of the bigger universities in the UK and apparently the biggest out of this selection of 6. So overall we have 36,000 students total population, and around 10,000 of those are international, around from 150 countries, and we have around 206 students from the US currently. 64% of our population are undergraduate and 36% of our population are postgraduate, and 79% of our graduates gain a first or an upper class, the highest divisions of qualification that you can get from a UK university, and 95% of our students complete their degree and programme on time. So we're located in a really beautiful suburban campus in the heart of pretty much the city of kind of around Birmingham. So you can see that on that map where the star is in the UK. The city is the second largest city in the UK, and 90% of Birmingham to travel around is within 4 hours distance. 48% of our students stay in Birmingham following graduation, so you can see our students really fall in love with it. You might have heard of Birmingham by watching Peaky Blinders. I get that quite a lot when I visited the US or speaking to US kind of applicants. So our school's broken down into these 5 main colleges with subjects underneath those and further subjects underneath those. We have around 900 subjects in total, so I can't fit that all in one slide, unfortunately, but you can kind of see our overall subject areas that we kind of offer within the university. The most popular with US students is our Shakespeare Institute, medical courses, English, drama and creative studies, philosophy, theology and religion, psychology, political sciences, biosciences, the law school, history, cultures and education. But you don't have to choose one of those just because you're a US student. To introduce you to our campus a bit more, this is an overall picture of our campus. The big clock tower in the middle there is the tallest freestanding clock tower in Europe. That's kind of one of our claims to fame. But you can see kind of the sport pitches to the side here, the Queen Elizabeth Hospital off in the distance here, a medical school, and then the rest of our campus starting to crawl over there. Accommodation is guaranteed for first years on campus. I would recommend it. Because you get a real student feeling and atmosphere from it. We do have university accommodation on campus, as I mentioned, as well as private accommodation, so it depends what you want and what you're looking for. We also offered catered and self-catered flats. There's 24-hour security on the on-campus accommodation, and you can also decide on kind of where you want to be. It's really supported. There's an accommodation team that will help you with this, as well as moving out into the private sector in your 2nd and 3rd year. Every student has their own room, and it's up to you if you want to include an ensuite into that. So you have your own local room. We don't share rooms at our accommodation, which is a bit different to most US universities. So this is the overview of our campus. The on-campus accommodation is the Bell Village around a really beautiful lake up here, a bit more kind of rural, really trees. There's a canteen up here and loads of social activities. Richards Park Place over here, and then Selly Oak in front of the campus. The university is the only UK mainland university campus to have its own train station, so it's really easy to get in and out of the city and commute to kind of wherever you need to go for placements or anything like that, as well as explore the rest of the UK and Europe. So application is very different to the other universities. So in the UK, if you're looking for an undergraduate degree, you need to apply through something called UCAS, so that's University Colleges Application System. If you're looking at postgraduate studies, those are the GPA scores that overall we'd be looking at, so anything between a 2.8, and that's classed as a 2nd class degree, up to a 3.2, and that is classed as a 1st class degree for us if you're looking at those classifications. We do require 3 subject tests, so either from if you've already taken the SATs or APs, and that can be a mixture, as well as an SAT-R or an ACT, and it depends on the scores that the courses are asking for. If you're taking the IB diploma, we ask for 32 points overall and 3 higher levels from 6 to 5 roughly. Some of our courses do require interviews or additions or additional pieces of writing, and that will be listed on our website. I'm going to wrap up there, guys. Thank you ever so much, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Ruth, a special thank you to you and University of Birmingham for staying up super late on your time and joining us today. So thank you. I'd now like to ask all of our presenters to turn back on their cameras and share with the audience, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? Or you can give an interesting fun fact. So either one, we'll go in the same order in which you presented, and it looks like we might have lost Clayton State, so we'll start with Johnson and Wales first.
Oops. Hold on. So sorry about that. So our favorite tradition. So we have with Providence, that is our campus in Providence, Rhode Island. We have Ignite the Night, which is awesome, where all of our first year students get a chance to come through our commons area when they first come to campus, and we have it all lit up with lanterns, and it's a nice way to welcome our students into the Wildcat community. And a lot of our alums participate, and that's one of my favorite traditions, at least because I'm an alum, so that's what I like to talk about a little bit. But we have several other different traditions, depending on if you're an athlete or whatever it is. But yeah. Sorry, I was caught off guard by that question. I apologize. I was listening, I promise. My
That's
girls,
okay.
However, have a different agenda tonight.
That's
around
okay.
me.
We totally understand. Next up is Arcadia University.
Sorry, I've been having my dog bark. What was could you just repeat the question?
Sure. If you want to share either your favorite campus tradition or a fun fact about your institution.
I think one of the coolest things that I've ever experienced at our university is we're very dedicated to being global and creating global citizens. So when you first come on campus, the first thing that you'll see and notice is that there's flags going all the way around campus. So that's like one of my favorite things on campus. But even more so, each year we have like a huge big fun day for students. We call it it's our Woodstock Festival, and there's things blown up that you can like slide down. There's a water slide, there's food trucks, all types of things. And if you haven't had a Philly cheesesteak, that's probably the quickest way to get one while you're there as well.
Awesome. I think Sewanee, you're up next.
Cool. And Courtney, you've heard me say this one before, but it's my favorite tradition at Sewanee. We use a gowning system for academic distinction. And so when they reach a certain GPA and they've maintained that for 2 semesters, they get quote unquote gowned. And so that's just this very long black Harry Potter-esque gown that gets handed to them in this ceremony in our chapel, All Saints. And students can wear it anytime they want. When I was a student, I wore it all the time because there's no other place you can do that without looking crazy. And it's just a great tradition. It psychs yourself up when you have this test or this presentation or a campus tour, just to make sure that you feel great and you know that you've earned that, which is really nice.
And hey, you might not have to worry about what to wear that day. And Embry-Riddle.
Yes, so as I said, we don't have a football team. We just have our flight program and our competitive flight teams at both our campuses. So our homecoming we do call Blue and Gold Week. And in addition to having a huge carnival on campus, we also have a pull a plane competition where faculty, staff, and students will get together and pull a plane and see how fast they can pull a plane.
I grew up in the Midwest and there's tractor pulls, so I guess a pull a plane like totally makes sense. And finally, the University of Birmingham.
So I think a good one to talk about is the clock tower behind us. If it's chiming and students walk underneath it, there's a tell that you'll fail your degree. So whenever it's chiming, students very much miss and avoid walking underneath it. There's lots of facts about Old Joe at Clock Tower, but that's one that kind of students mix around and it goes off pretty much every hour. So it's just a fun one whilst you're on campus, or to wind your friends up if someone's accidentally forgotten about it and it goes off. So yeah, that's a fun one for on campus in Clock Tower.
Well, audience, I hope you take a great look at these wonderful professionals on the screen. They are here to help you in your college search. Never hesitate to reach out to them with all of your questions about next steps. No question is silly, and they really would prefer that you ask them versus trying to get the information from a secondhand source. So with that, I would like to say thank you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. As you close out, there's going to be a quick 4-question survey. So we hope that you'll provide us with some feedback. If you enjoyed this format, which I don't know how you couldn't, learning about 6 schools in a short amount of time, sign up for more sessions. There's more in the next 2 following hours. The recording and to sign up for more sessions are available and going to be available at strivescan.com/probe. With that, have a wonderful evening and good luck with that college search. Bye, everyone.